Good evening. This is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com and welcome everyone to a video that I'm doing tonight on trading education. My name is Melissa Armo and I run an educational company called the StockSwoosh LLC. I thought this would be a great opportunity to put together in a comprehensive video many of the answers to the questions that I am asked by traders and students who want to learn how to trade the market on any given day. This way everyone can go here and think about the things that I'm going to be discussing tonight on the video. If you're interested in more information, then please feel free to reach out to me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. You can go to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, and feel free to like me at any one of these places. And also email me if you have questions about the video this evening. So why education is the only choice? And here's why. This is why I 100% believe this. Because if you're going to risk your own money in the market, day trading or swing trading or core trading, or even as a long-term investor for retirement in any regard, even if you want to give your money to someone else to invest for you, you should still know how to actually trade and read charts properly. The reason is because you're taking the risk to put your money up in some regard in the stock market. There's many participants in the market. Actually, there's a good amount of participants in the market that do not know how to trade and are not educated traders. So if you choose to educate yourself as a person to become a trader, even if you're only doing it part-time, you're going to be head and shoulders above the rest. You're going to be far outweigh the success odds of most people who choose not to educate themselves and just decide to open up an account and start doing it, or read a book and start doing it. Now, I love books. I love reading books, and books are a great way to help reinforce things that you may learn in a class or build on, or even start out before you take a class. You could read books before you even do a class. However, you can ask a book a question. You can't go and talk to the book. And a mentor, a teacher, is someone you could go to and ask questions. Education is the only choice because this is the way to set yourself up for success in the market. Without education, you have no idea what to do or why to even do it. And following ideas on television, your friends, or even in live chat rooms is not the best idea if you don't know what to do. And how are you going to learn? By taking a class. And there's a lot of value in education as well. The value in education is simple. You will save yourself both time and money, which are important in your life. Hands down, okay? It's important in everyone's life. When you make the choice to trade, you do so risking your capital, your hard-earned money. The choice to trade without the proper education does not have high odds of achieving a positive outcome. The higher choice is to learn. So make the intelligent choice to learn. Just make the intelligent choice to learn how to trade properly first. Before you even take one trade, learn what to do. Education is a part of every professional career path. Whether you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, anything you want to do that's on a professional basis, you're required to go to school and get some kind of training or licensing. And yet, in reference to trading, for some reason, people do not think that it is a profession that requires education. I don't know why, but it does. And in fact, it requires a great deal of education in order to succeed. This is one of the reasons why many people struggle when they start out trading and they just go right at it. They don't understand that they need to be educated properly. You would never let a doctor operate on you that didn't finish medical school, that didn't go through the internship. You'd never hire that doctor. If he came to you and wanted to be hired, if you had an open position at the hospital, would you hire someone like that who never even went to school at all, or didn't finish school, or didn't have the right education? No, you would never hire that doctor, let alone let him operate on you or anyone you know. You wouldn't do it. So why would you go and trade your money in the market without the right education? It's the same principle. You can make as much money as a professional trader as some physicians that are out there. So you have to look at it as a profession, how you would look at any normal profession. And There's a rigorous program that physicians go through to finally make it and get hired and actually get to a point where they are real live doctors working and, you know, showing that all the education that they put into it, all the time, and doctors have to go to school for so long. I think it's like 12 years. And they finally get to a point where they prove that everything that they learned, it was 100% worth it, all the time and money that they spent in education. And medical school is extremely expensive. Becoming educated as a trainer is nowhere near as expensive as becoming educated as a physician. So education is important. Classes are important. It helps you learn. And every single professional career path has a set of classes or schoolings that they need to go through to make it, to become successful. And the value of education is that as a result of receiving the education, you know what to do so you don't make mistakes. If you hired a doctor that lied to you in his job application and actually did not finish medical school, or didn't even go. He said he went to medical school and he actually lied. He just wanted to quick get a job. He wanted to skip everything. And all of a sudden he operated on someone and he made a big boo-boo and he made a really big mistake and the operation didn't go that well. That would be a problem. It's the same thing with your trading. If you don't give yourself a chance to learn first, you can make big boo-boos in the market with your own money in your own account. So don't put yourself in that situation. It's better for you to learn. If you make a mistake and you didn't know what to do, what are you going to do? Learn what to do. That's what you have to do, is just learn. Learn what to do, take a class and learn it. And you have to think of it like any other person you would hire for any other job. Would you hire yourself? Would you hire someone else to trade your money if they had no idea how to trade, never actually took a class? Would you? Would you give your money to that person if they weren't an educated trader? Probably not. So why would you give it to yourself to do it without learning first? Think of it that way. If people are not trading as a career, part-time or investing, they think education is not important. Wrong. Absolutely 100% wrong. That is not the proper thought patterns. Whether you are trading, even if you're doing it part-time, even if you're not a full-time trader, even if you're part-time or you're investing, either way, becoming educated is important. And it amounts to taking 1 or 2 classes so you can keep track of your investments, so you can trade part-time and be profitable. You know, in the time that you're spending trading, whatever time element that is, you want to see success. Even if it's not full-time, even if you have another job, the time that you spend doing it, you want to make money. You want to see success, therefore learn properly. That's the right thing to do. And education helps you have longevity no matter what your time frame in the market. Whether you are doing this for the long haul or the short term, education helps you because you're going to stick with it and stay with it and continue to invest and trade in the market if you see success. If you don't, you're likely to quit sooner rather than later because you won't see the money that you can actually make there if you don't stick with it. So part of your plan of action has to be the longevity. How are you going to have that? Having the right foundation, having the right education, knowing what to do. Here's an example of GLD. The gap down happened here, followed through beautifully right the next day. Rallied up here. If you weren't educated, you would have no idea this was actually going to go back down and continue. You might have thought this was going to be done here, this move down, which is what's not true. With this little dinky rally in here, you might have thought this was something that you should buy, but it wasn't, and it's not. Education helps teach you what's going on in here. What does all this mean? How to read the chart. What's the bigger picture here? What to do, whether you're day trading it, swing trading it, or core trading it. Remember, sprinters lose in the market. This guy here, he's close to winning. He's nearer the finish line than anyone else, but he's running out of steam. This guy behind him, he's close on his tail as he's not that far away. He's been steadily gaining pace on this guy, saving his energy, getting ready to go and just run right past this guy. Look at him. He's in pain. He's exhausted. He can't take it anymore. He absolutely is at the edge. He sprinted too fast at the beginning. He's not going to make it. This guy's going to beat him. He had a nice steady pace the whole time. He was moving ahead inch by foot going. This guy here did what? Sprinted too fast. Sprinters lose in the market. The market doesn't like those types of people. The market will just grab those people's money quick, and make them lose, and then move on to somebody else. The market likes people that want to stick with it, stand by them, and have longevity. The market actually wants to pay people that are committed. It's kind of like being in a monogamous relationship. The market wants to have a monogamous relationship with you. It wants to have a long-term relationship with you. It doesn't have a long-term relationship with that many people. So when it finds someone it can fall in love with and have a monogamous relationship with, it gets really excited and happy and gives that person a lot of love. Sprinters are not that way. So the market really doesn't like sprinters and is going to make them fail. Even if they think that they're winning, this guy thinks he's going to win, but he's not. This guy's going to beat him. In the end, it's a fake out because the sprinter will lose. The guy that had longevity, he's going to beat them. He's going to beat everybody. So education really, though, has to be at the core about value. It's a value-driven education. It has to be about the value so that you learn something. Are you getting value out of education? Is the information you are learning in the class worth more than you are actually paying, or is it worth less? Also consider all the value you will receive from the cost of a class versus paying the cost of the market. Classes are better money for the value rather than straight out losses to the market. When you take a class, you're gaining information. When you lose money in the market, it's just flushing it down the toilet. Unless you learn something from your behavior patterns or the trade that you did, I think it's valuable to reevaluate your trades all the time, the good ones and the bad ones, both. However, many people don't do that. And ultimately, when you take a class, you learn information. And when you take a trade, you may have no idea why it worked or no idea why it didn't work, especially at the beginning when you're new. What does the market owe you? Nothing! The market owes you nothing. Zero. Zip. Nada. Absolutely nothing. The market owes you nothing. When you come to the realization that the market owes you nothing, it's going to be a huge, big, bright light shining in front of you. You're going to step foot out into the unknown and start to move forward with your career as a trader. If you have been back and forth as a trader for years without success, you've probably lost money in the market. Because if you haven't found success yet, then you're still losing. And you probably have something going on in your head somewhere, it could be small or big, where you feel like the market owes you. You feel like the market owes you for all the money that you lost doing classes, trading live, doing all kinds of things. You feel like the market owes you. I'm here to tell you that the market doesn't owe you anything. And as long as you have that attitude, you will never make it. So, just cancel that thought. Step forward with a brand new attitude right now, tonight. The market doesn't owe you anything. And the sooner you accept that and realize it, the better off you're going to be. And if you have never taken one trade in the market still doesn't owe you anything. The market doesn't owe you anything. If you pay for a class and you think that the market owes you for the cost of the class that you paid, and you want to go right out and take the first trade and make that cost of the class back, and you feel like the market owes you that because you spent money on a class, the market will laugh in your face. The market doesn't owe you anything. And it's never going to work out for you in that regard until you change your opinion, your ideas of what it is supposed to be. How does the market work? It does not work this way. The journey to become a successful trader is different for every person. Most people, when they start out, will go through a process. And this thought process comes up. It pops up. All right, I'm 100% aware of this. This pops up for people. And you start to think the market owes you something. For all the time and energy and effort that you put into it, you feel this way. The minute that you recognize that this is completely ridiculous and stop thinking this in every fiber of your being, you're going to move forward. And you're going to be able to move forward and be successful. Because for every second that you think this, you will prevent yourself from being successful. Because this thought right here is a big block. It's a black hole. And you've got to get beyond it. You must get beyond it if you want to be successful. If you really want to see all the millions and millions and billions of dollars that exist in the market to be yours, you've got to get past this, because the market doesn't owe you anything. The market owes no one at all. I wanted to talk a little bit about naysayers. And the reason that I'm discussing this is for a very, very important reason, because there are people like this that exist. Now, what do I mean? A naysayer is what? One who frequently engages in excessive, and I mean excessive, complaining, negative banter, and/or generally poor and downbeat attitude. Naysayers are distinguished by their tendency to consistently view the glass half empty, make frequent one-way trips to negative town, and constantly emphasize the worst of a situation. They have the capacity to rant and whine for hours on end about the most insignificant inconveniences. They tend to travel solo, but have the keen ability to spread their pessimistic attitude to a group of unsuspecting bystanders and encourage others to employ their mindset. Naysayers tend to blend in with those around them rather well. Granted, they have learned over the years to adapt to their surroundings. However, when the opportunity arises, their true nature will be exposed, and they will stop at nothing to exclude others or bring a general sense of negativity to any situation. Not to be confused with non-naysayers, who fight against the negativity brought forth by naysayers, make the best of a situation, and are not afraid to call out a naysayer on the spot. Why am I discussing this today? Because this might be you or someone you know who is a naysayer about the market and trading education in general. So let's discuss it. If you are in this spot with your emotions and your feelings, if this is you, you have got to move beyond it to get to the point of starting to change the path that you're on. Because if this is you right now, the path that you're on is not the same path as the success of someone in the market. Now, naysayers are people that want proof. They want proof. They want proof this trading system works. They want proof how much money they can make. They want to know exactly how much they can put down and do this and do that. They want proof it's going to work for umpteen years. They want proof. They want everything. They want it all in black and white, all down on paper. They've got to have it. They absolutely need it to take one trade in the market or do one class. They've got to have it. And let me tell you something. This is what the market thinks of people who want proof. It thinks very little of them, and it decides it wants to cook them alive. The chef is the market. He's in charge. And all these people in the pot are naysayers. People that complain, people that whine, people that want proof. They're trading, but they're not seeing success. They like to whine, they like to complain, they come to a lot of free webinars, they don't want to spend any money, but they keep trading in the market. They're back and forth, they can't do it, they're losing money trading. They see a little success and they're back and forth. They're constantly being boiled in the pot by what? The market. The market will slowly cook those people. And it could take years, years and years and years, and the market will actually never ever kill them. It'll slowly cook them. Actually, making the temperature in the pot so is just enough not to actually kill them, so that they just stay stewed around. Why? Because the market hates these people. The market hates naysayers, and the market hates people who want proof. This is the reality. So the market will pick up a naysayer, throw them in the pot, and stew them and cook them. Cook them alive. Not killing them. Just enticing them and just giving them enough of a success, just enough success to just taste it. Just taste it a little weeny teeny bit that gives them a taste, and then they'll suck more money out of them and the money they just gave them. Because these are people that constantly want proof. They're the naysayers. And this is what the market thinks of them. The market doesn't like them. The market is not friends with these people. It thinks very little of these people and will just continue to churn and burn them around forever as long as they have this attitude. And again, the people that are being churned and burned in there in that pot that the market doesn't like and isn't friends with, want guarantees. They want guarantees all over the place. Guarantee of this, guarantee of that, guarantee the trade's going to work, guarantee the setup's going to work, guarantee the system's going to work, guarantee the strategy's going to work, guarantees the class is going to work. They want it all the time. And they want it over and over and over and over and over again. They can't get enough. In fact, no amount of guarantees, no amount of proof is ever enough for these naysayers. It's never enough. No amount of anything is ever enough because the people have this attitude. And it is 100% in opposite direction of everything that is on the path of success. It's like living in two different worlds. This is what the people that want guarantees, this is actually what their universe looks like. You know, I live in a nice, happy world that's round and isn't crushed and broken like an eggshell. This is the world of people that constantly want proof, that never believe in anything, that have no conviction. They want guarantees. You know what? They're in fear. This is what fear looks like. This is it. This is their trading world right here. It's a mess. It's on fire. It's smoking hot. It's going to burn itself to the ground one day and just collapse in disaster. Everything that has to do with the market and success in it requires taking a level of risk. And for those people that want proof and guarantees, they're not willing to take risk, and therefore they're never going to see success. I'm sorry to tell you. But if you are looking for a guarantee in anything, in life or trading, if you want proof of anything in life or trading, you will not find your true success in life. You're on the complete and opposite path of success. You can change paths. You can just get off that path and get on a new one. You could do so right now. It's up to you. You could just get on this path and get on to the next one. I am never going to get off my path. I am so solid on my path now with my trading and my teaching that nothing will set me off of it. So for those people that need proof and need guarantees, I want you to examine where you are at. It is a fear-based mentality. I do not live in a fear-based mentality. I live and breathe in a success-based mentality, which requires a certain level of taking risk. I take risk every day when I trade in the market, and I love doing that. You are taking a risk every day you get up out of bed. Life is a risk. Breathing and living on this planet is a risk. I just took a breath. That was a risk. If you want to live life truly, ultimately feel and live life with passion and success, you must be willing to take a risk. If you want to be a successful trader, you must be willing to take a risk. This guy right here lived in this bowl and he was happy for a long, long time. But as he grew, he started to get bigger and he wasn't so happy in this bowl. He realized then at some point he was going to have to take a risk. What is the risk? The risk is if he doesn't leave and get into this bigger bowl, he's gonna die here. He's running out of air, he's running out of breathing space, he's running out of growing room. There's not enough food in here, there's even not enough water. He's got to do it. There's no one helping him up the ladder. He's got to do it all on his own. The risk is his, 100%. There's no guarantees. There's no proof. He had no idea if he was even going to make it up here. He might have fallen on here flat in his face and died. If he doesn't do it, then he has no choice. He's going to die in here. He must do it to see success. And once he does, he has the world all to himself. No one gave him a guarantee. And the market loves him. Because guess what? The market loves people that are willing to take a risk. The very essence of the market is speculative. The very essence of it is speculation. And the very essence of that means that you must be willing to take a risk. So the market loves people that want to take a risk and will reward those people if they learn what to do properly and stick with it. The market, however, has no tolerance, no time, and hates people who want proof and guarantees and aren't willing to take a risk. And that's why those people will never find success. The only people that are ever going to find success in the market are risk takers. This is actually one of the main reasons why I am successful. Because at my heart, at my true core, at my nature, I am a risk taker. And the market loves that about me. So the market has become my friend. And ultimately, when you come to the point that you realize this, you will be taking a leap like this fish into the unknown, because that's what taking a risk is. That's what taking a class is. Without having the information ahead of time, you're leaping into the unknown. And in leaping into the unknown, you have no idea what you're going to have ahead of you. But you know what? Sometimes it's better than you think. And many times for people that are willing to take a risk, guess what? It is better than what you think. And that's the amazing, beautiful, fantastic, incredible, unbelievable thing about life, about the market and about life, that when you're willing to take a risk, what you think is going to happen, what you think could happen, what you want to happen, sometimes will be way better than you even could have imagined. It's one of those amazing things. And it's the reward for people that are willing to take a risk. They get rewarded. The market likes those people. It doesn't like the naysayers. You've got to be with the current of the market, not against it. The very essence of the market is it is set up that you must take risk and you must embrace the risk and not be in fear. If you are in fear, you are not with the current of the market. You must be with the current of the market, not against it. Flow with the current. That is, you be willing to take the risk, be willing to get out of fear, be willing to move forward without guarantees or proof. Otherwise, you're going to be getting caught trying to travel upstream, wanting to see the future before you actually do any work at all. You're trying to get off easy. You're trying to get off on the cheap. You're trying to see the results and get the information or get the proof or something, anything before you do any of the work. What market on the planet is going to reward someone like that? They're going to look at that person and laugh in their face and actually take their money, because that's what the market does to people that act like that. I know. So you've got to be with the current, not against it. Either way, the market is going to collect the tax from you to enroll. You can slice it and dice it however you want, but the market will collect the tax to enroll from you either way, over the cost of years of trading live in the market until you figure it out yourself, which many people just cannot even do, or take a class, learn what to do, and then trade and do it. Either way, the market will collect the tax from you, either in the cost of classes or losses. So make the decision. The market's going to get it from you either way. Taking on the market yourself to learn is a hefty, long road. It's the kind of road and it's the kind of path that people they don't find success. They can't do it. They will quit before they even figure it out. The fact that I am such a strong woman and was able to persevere to figure out the information that I know now successfully to trade well and that I'm teaching people is a sheer reflection of the essence of who I am. Most people cannot take on the market themselves to learn. And it also takes a certain level of analytical process, thought, and thinking. It takes so much. I could just talk about it all night long. The reality is that it's going to collect the tax from you either way, either in classes or losses. So you're better off just taking a class and learning and practicing slowly first until you learn it and have proven to yourself that you learn it and know what to do. Making money on a demo, making small little money with a little bit of risk until you can step it up. Because either way, the market's going to collect the tax from you. There's no getting away from paying taxes. You must pay them. Everyone will. Before they get to the pearly gates of success in the market, everybody pays the tax. Everybody pays it. So you're not getting off easy either. Everyone's going to do it. So you may as well take a class. It's an easier path. You can make your path hard or easy, do whatever you want to do. Bleed money slowly, taking cheapo classes, or losing a little bit of money over years and years and years in the market, or make your path easy. Learn what to do right, commit yourself, stay focused. Keep another job while you're learning until you figure it out and start making money. And buckle down. Really, really commit yourself to the learning. Rather than making your path hard by just dragging it on for into the winter of your life, basically, like this guy. You can make the path long or short. It depends how much time you want to devote to it. 3, 4, 5 days a week for 2 hours a day, that's not that much out of your life. It's really not. One class in a weekend, that's not that much out of your life. I'm amazed how people cannot make the time to do a class on 2 days. They can't take 2 days out of their month on a weekend to do a class. Then they really aren't that interested in making money in the market. If you cannot find the time in your schedule to book 2 days for yourself to learn how to trade properly in the market, if you can't schedule that into your career path, your family life, your whole schedule, then you really don't want to make money in the market that bad. Because if you can't schedule that for yourself to do it, then you're really not that interested in actually trading. Here's another one that people always say to me, I don't need the class. I don't need to do any classes at all. I'm making money trading. What I'm doing works. I hear this all the time. Oops. And you know what the thing is? This is a beautiful picture. It's a great picture because it exemplifies 2 things that the statement, I'm trying to express with the statement. One is the reason that people say this to me is that they do not want to change the trading pattern that they have in place right now. They don't want to do something different that would require them to change. Learn a new strategy. They don't want to change. Number 1. Number 2, they are actually making change. They're saying that they're making money. What they're doing works. They're only making change, though. They're not making huge amounts of money. They're making change, what I call change in the market. And that's fine. If people want to go on and do that forever and ever, that's fine. This isn't the reason that I trade. It was never the reason I decided to trade in the first place. I was never interested in just making a teeny weeny bit for the rest of my life. That it didn't make any sense to me. I wanted to do this full on. So if you're making some money, but it's really changed, you have to take a step back and examine what you're doing, and maybe you need to change what you're doing, the strategy. Maybe you don't have strategy at all. Maybe the way you're trading is just completely not proper. And you could be doing so much better if you learned something new and actually did take a class, even though you're not a novice to trading. But once again, people like to say, well, what I'm doing works. They don't want to change. They don't want to change what they're doing. They're afraid. There again, that fear. They're afraid to learn something new, even though it probably would help them find, soon success because they're not brand new to trading. They'd find the quicker, faster success than people that are brand new because why? They know a lot already, but they're missing some really important things like a good strategy for one, or how to even do an entry in something properly, consistently over and over and over again. So it's about the fact that some people really, like roller coasters, and I understand that. It's fun to go on a roller coaster once or twice a year, but do you really want to go on a roller coaster 5 days a week? Do you really want to go on a roller coaster every day that you take a trade? Do you want to go on a roller coaster trade after trade after trade? No. Then roller coasters aren't fun anymore. You go along fine, you're on this path, everything seems to be going great. You're going up the hill, you're starting to make progress, all of a sudden you lose everything you made the week before and you fall off the cliff and you're on the roller coaster. It's up and down, it's all around, it's crazy, it's flipping you upside down all the time. You don't even know what to do with yourself. You're screaming, Bloody Mary, you can't take it anymore. This roller coaster path to becoming a successful trader is familiar for many people. I don't know why people choose to be on it. The best thing you could choose to do is to get off of it. To start to get solid. Solid with yourself, solid with your trading, solid with your plan of action, solid with your strategy. Just stop what you're doing. If it's not working enough to pay the bills, why are you continuing to do the same thing? Why don't you just learn something new? If you're on a roller coaster path, then just stop. You've got to learn how to trade right. And if you're brand new, then don't get on this roller coaster because there's a lot of places that put people on roller coasters. Do this, do this, do that, do this, do that, do 10 different strategies. They teach you everything, and there's a million trades that are called in the rooms, and you're just, it's nuts. It's a roller coaster. And your P&L is going to reflect that all over the place. If you want it bad enough, you will take the necessary risk to do a class without knowing the exact outcome. knowing that education is the correct path. This guy here is very happy. He's delirious. He decided that he really wanted to make it, and he took the class. And he's as happy as can be. He did the right thing. He made the intelligent choice, which was to take a class to educate himself and then to commit himself and stick with it. He did choose the right thing to do. He wanted it very badly. The blue people are his friends. They're upset. They're whining. They're complaining. Some are naysayers. Some are just, they don't know what to do with themselves anymore. They feel like they just can't spend money for one more class or take one more trade. And yet, they'll keep trading in the market. They'll keep trading the market, keep losing, keep doing things that don't work. And they're on roller coasters. They really just don't want it bad enough. Whereas this guy did. And here's another reality check. If you don't want it bad enough to invest time and money in learning, the market will never pay you. Reality check. If you don't want it bad enough to invest the time and money to learn, the market is never going to actually pay you. Okay? It's a reality check. This is fact. Fact. Just 100% right here. So think you can try to find a way around it all you want. If you are not willing to learn and take a class, are not willing to invest the time and money to learn from someone, the market's never going to pay you. This is a fact. It's just part of the process, like everything else. And if you've been investing your time and money in the market for years and you're not seeing success, why wouldn't you just want to speed up your success rate and finally just, commit yourself to doing it? You will if you want it bad enough. If you don't want it bad enough, you won't. You'll just be satisfied with the status quo, I guess. I guess if that's good enough for you, I guess. Just keep eking it away, back and forth. Maybe you're one step below a roller coaster. It's not quite that hairy. But every time you're one step away from the roller coaster day or month could happen at any second in time. You're hanging on by a thread based on fear, holding tightly with a tight grip because you don't have 100% conviction in what you're doing. Because you never really saw the results and you're not sure of yourself either. So the cost of a class versus learning live in the market. Well, when you are taking a trading class, you're paying for the cost of the information, period. When you trade live in the market, the cost will be mistakes. These mistakes that happen in trades will far override the cost of a class, any class for that matter. The cost of a class is finite. The cost of mistakes in the market is infinite until you learn how to trade right. This concept is so incredibly important, and yet some people just cannot grasp it. Listen to what I'm saying. The cost of a class is finite. The cost of mistakes in the market is infinite, meaning it will go on forever. You can spread it out over a long time to keep your trading account intact. All right? But it is an infinite cost you will continue to pay forever, for eternity. Whereas the cost of a class is finite. You can add up all the trading classes that exist on the planet today. If you added them all up, it would still be a finite cost, whereas the cost of losses in the market wouldn't even come close to that. It would be so far beyond that number of all the costs of classes that exist, it would be a number so big you wouldn't even know what to do with it. Your eyes would pop when you saw the size of the number. You could write it down. It's a number that you don't even have a definitive name for. There isn't a name for that number in the dictionary. It has so many digits behind it because it's infinite. It's infinity. What your losses could be until you learn how to trade, which is way more than the cost of a class or multiple classes. So, and you're also learning information in a class. Okay, once again. I understand that finding a quality trading course is like finding a diamond in the rough. I understand that. However, that being said, this is one of the reasons I believe I was destined and meant to teach, because this is true. I understand this. Finding a quality trading course is like finding a diamond in the rough. The Stock Swoosh LLC is a diamond in the rough. And the classes that I teach are as well. So I understand what it's about, but there's something magnificent about diamonds. They're beautiful. They're fabulous. They're amazing. and their quality. So when you find a diamond in the rough, what are you going to do? Let it sit there and not do anything with it? Or are you going to take the opportunity? Because quite frankly, finding a quality trading course is like finding a diamond in the rough, and it's up to you to recognize that. Or you might be so blind because you're friends with a naysayer that you don't even recognize a diamond when you see it. You're so used to buying cubic zirconias when you see a diamond sitting there in the dirt, you just walk right by it. You're so mesmerized by all the other crap out there that you don't even recognize quality when you see it. This could be part of it too. So take a step back. There is so much power in information, an enormous amount of power and information. I love Albert Einstein. What would our world today be like without him? Our world is a different place because of him and the power and the information that he discovered through himself, through his own mind, through his own greatness. And of course, what he did and the experiments he chose to take and the time and effort and periods of his life that he decided to do this, he took a risk. He took a risk. He was a risk taker. He didn't know he was going to discover the things he did when he set out to do it. He had no idea. He had no idea that several hundred years later we'd be talking about him and using his information that would be so much of a part of our world. He didn't know. He didn't have a guarantee from anyone. He didn't have any guarantees at all. And yet he got up every day and did what he had to do. And look what happened. Fantastic. So much power and information. Money comes and money goes. You spend money, you make money. This is life. However, information is something that you have in your brain and it's yours. And the power is in the information. Someone could come to you and say, listen, would you like to know how to build your own house or do you just want to buy one? And this architect comes to you and he says, listen, here's the plans for this house. I will sell them to you. I will sell you the plans to build your own house. And then you can hire me to build it. Or I'll just, build a house for you. And you say, no, you know what? I don't need the plans. Just build it for me. I'll pay you for it. Just get it done. I say, okay, fine. However, you live in an environment where there's a lot of big storms. And all of a sudden you get a storm that blows in and blows your house down. It ruins it. It sticks. And now here you go. You don't have the plans to build it. You can't get a hold of the architect. He lost his house too. However, he has the plans to rebuild it. He's already underway and doesn't even have time to talk to you again because he's busy with his own things. So now here you're left. You're going to end up basically building a hut because you didn't buy the plans from him. You chose to just pay him to build a house and then didn't want to learn the information. This is an example and a paradigm where there's power in information. If you had gotten the actual architectural plans, you would have been able to rebuild your house. You couldn't be bothered, and you just wanted to do it. And this is what happens when people attempt to trade in the market without learning properly. I teach self-empowerment. This is very important. This is vital. And again, this is about information. The information is something that is vital for you so that you can be successful, you yourself, when you're trading. You're the one that's pressing the buttons. You're the one that's doing it. You must empower yourself. I'm empowering you with the information when you come to me to take a class, but it's up to you. This is the way of the world that we live in. This is the way people are going to find success. This is the way people are finding success right now. They're empowering themselves in brand new ways every second of every day. And they're doing this by doing what? Taking risks. There is just no magic thing out there you can buy. No magic indicator, no magic machine with all the magic calls and answers. If there was, everyone would have it and own it and there would be no market. And by the way, it would cost billions of dollars, so no one would be able to afford it even if there was, but there isn't anyways. There is no magic indicator you can buy or put on that's going to do anything for you. No magic indicator, no magic machine. There is magic in the market, but you must recognize what that magic is. The magic is in finding a good strategy. Like Infi, like professional bearish gaps, like the strategy I teach. Here it is. The magic is in finding a good strategy that pays you like this. That's amazing. That's beautiful. That's fantastic. The magic is in finding a good teacher, someone like me that's willing to talk to you, willing to answer your questions. And that's a great trader like I am. The magic is in finding huge success in a dream career. sitting at home, working at home for 2 hours a day. That's magical. Where are you going to do that? Even the physician that makes millions of dollars a year that operates on people, he works a lot of hours. He might work a 12, 14-hour shift 3 days a week in a row. The magic is in finding huge success in a dream career, working for a very little time frame from your house each day. So accept the market for what it is. Come to a level within yourself that you accept the market for what it is, instead of making it to be something it is not, or forcing it to conform to what you want when you want it. Once you come to accept and learn and know what the market is, it will give you all it has to give and more. The multiple times and ways the market will pay you will overflow with abundance. The longer you fight this acceptance, the longer the journey will be for you to see success. So it's time for you to just accept the market for what it is. The market is a place that requires risk-taking in order to make money. The market is a place that is willing to pay risk takers. Trading in the market is a place where you will never find guarantees or proof. Accept the market for what it is, where you can learn to do something well and get paid. You may not get it every day, but overall, in the course of a week or a month or a year, the market will give you the profit that you desire, enough to make a living or have the lifestyle that you want, or even more, once you stick with it. Come to accept the market for what it is, which is something that you are going to have to spend money to learn in classes and trading. And you can condense that and make the cost finite by learning from a good teacher like me. Come to a level within yourself that you accept the market for what it is. Don't force it to be something to conform to what you want. It doesn't do that for anyone, and it's certainly not going to do it for you. When you come to a place of acceptance and peace with you and your relationship with the market, you're going to really begin the journey that's going to lead you towards success. So don't waste years of your life trying to make a little bit of money while you're actually losing money in commissions, trading rooms in the market by taking plays and doing trades that are of no value. Don't waste time trading for months and years with no education, no strategy, and no conviction. You need to have a strategy and you need to have conviction. And if you don't even know what this is another reason to reach out to me and learn from me. In order to win, you need to be educated on a good strategy. My strategy is gaps. And why do you have to have a good strategy? Because a strategy gives you direction. Without a proper direction, you have no idea why to take a trade or where to take a trade or what's the reason for the trade or anything behind the trade at all. So don't waste time. Learn a good strategy. No one should be taking any trades at all without an actual strategy. And if you don't know what this is another reason to reach out to me. I could do a whole video on this as well. Don't miss the boat of opportunity, which is sailing by you every day. Every day the market gets up at 9:30 and it just sails right on by you. Woo! It's waving to you. It's waving to you as it sails out into the ocean and then comes in at night. Eventually, the opportunity might stop sailing by you. It might take a different course because it says, gosh, this guy is boring. I've been going by this guy every day and he doesn't want to jump on board with me. Forget him. And the market will sail right by you. And so will the opportunity to make money, to learn to do anything at all with the market successfully. You can start slow at the beginning and learn the right way. That's what this guy decided to do. In fact, he borrowed money from his mom and dad because they believed in him and he believed in himself. And he said, you know what? I'm going to start slow and I'll do well. I'll pay them back over time. And I'm just going to baby step it. And I'm committed. I'm really going to do this thing. I want it badly. One great system is all you need to make money trading. And the system that I teach is gaps. And this is all that I do. I only do one thing. I only even do it in the one direction, which is amazing. One solid strategy is all you need to be profitable. One. Again, the focus. So what is your job? What is your job? Your job is to be a great trader. That's your job. When you get up in the morning, your job is to be a great trader. Your job is not to make money. Your job is to be a great trader. The money is a result of doing a job well done. That's the difference, and that's how you have to look at trading. That's why you have to realize that some days it's okay not to trade. Because some days there might not be anything good that rates high enough to trade or meets your criteria, but that's okay. Your job is to look for that. And if you don't see it, then you don't have a job to do that day. You just go home, you go to the gym. The money is a result of doing a job well. Learn how to do the job well. Learn how to become a professional trader. So the class that I teach is called the Golden Gap course. That is my main class. It encompasses the whole strategy of everything that I do. It is a course on how to strategically find, pick, and play stocks that are professional bearish gaps. The purpose of the system is to help you evaluate which gap to trade each morning. The system teaches 26 points to rate the gap in the daily chart of a stock to determine which gap to play in the day. I also teach a trading psychology class called Wealth Manifestation. This is a class on how to manifest wealth and abundance in your trading and your life. This is a powerful course that will transform your outlook on your trading and your world. It is full of groundbreaking and intellectual information to assist anyone who is looking to evolve and recreate their world. If you desire to be more successful, then take the first step today by signing up for this class. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to revitalize your trading and your life. This is a major, major thing when you start to trade, about having your brain and your mind focused in the right direction. The new class that I am just doing for the first time in June is called Trends, and it is a course on how to read trends in stock charts. The purpose of the class is to teach you how to read the proper direction on a chart. Short-term and long-term directions are studied. Is a trend bullish, bearish, or neutral? In order to be successful taking positions in trades, a trader must be able to accurately read trends on multiple time frames. Support and resistance is taught in great detail. The class focuses on reading price action with detailed technical analysis in order to determine a chart's trend. This class is advanced. It's an advanced class. And I run a live trading room. It's called the Stock Swoosh Show, and it's about getting results. It is a live trading room that focuses on gaps. The room hours are 8 a.m. to noon. Live gap trades are called with extreme detail and focus on accurate entries and targets. Losses are kept to a minimum and winners are allowed to run. Each morning, a daily watch list is provided pre-market along with a market analysis. The purpose of the live trading room is to support traders during the live trading day. Very important. So the Stock Swoosh LLC offers everything you need to be a successful trader. And it is called the Stock Swoosh Special, which has all the classes. You can do the classes separately, or the package together is offered at a discount. The Golden Gap course, Trends, Wealth Manifestation, and 2 months in the Stock Swoosh Show live trading room is $29.99. So this is a savings of $6.98 if you purchased everything separately. If you're interested, contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com if you're interested in signing up for the Stock Swoosh Special or any of the classes here. Remember to invest in yourself so you can win. This is about investing in you, and your success and yourself. Thank you so much for coming this evening. I hope you learned a lot. Feel free to reach out to me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thank you, everyone, and have a great night.